All right, so right now we're going to kind of pivot towards second-year players in the NFL. So there's a lot of players this year. We don't know if they're going to, kind of take off. We've seen a couple MVPs the past few years win the MVP, who were second-year players in Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. So this year in this episode, obviously, we're going to kind of figure out which players are going to be a boom or a bust, who hits the sophomore slump, who doesn't. So we'll kind of start with quarterbacks, and I'll just kind of name off some people, and then we'll go from there. So we've here on the Nosebleed Perspective, we've kind of been big Kyler Murray fans, so I don't feel like we need to dive deep into him. We think he's going to be great this year. I don't think he wins an MVP or comes close to it, but I think has a great season. So, are you guys like thinking he's going to
boom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boom for sure.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
MVP
great
candidate
this season. No. Baker Mayfield's been the MVP this year, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, Kyler Murray, he's going to be a great quarterback this year, but not an MVP candidate. No, I don't think any of the sophomore players are MVP candidates this year.
No, I agree with that. All right, so we'll go down to let's go to Denver, Colorado. Drew Lock, a guy who came in. I don't even know how many fucking games he played last year. It was like
I think 5,
Yeah,
6.
I think somewhere around there.
So he came in. He won a couple. He had that really good game against Houston where they won, where they shouldn't have won. No one expected them to win. But so my thoughts on Drew Lock, I think he's going to be okay this year. He has a good build for a quarterback body. I really do. But I think he holds on to the starting job throughout the year. But I think it's still too early to kind of tell what he's going to do in the future. So what are you guys' thoughts on Drew Lock?
He's had a good year. Did he do some things at the end of the year? Sure. Did anyone care when they were playing the Broncos at the end of the season last year? Absolutely not. We haven't seen a good enough sample size. He wasn't good at Mizzou. How does he all of a sudden turn it on because he's rapping on the sideline, throwing up gang signs?
Yep.
No. He's fun to watch. They built everything around him. I think he messes up. And bust. See you later. North Dakota State guy goes to Denver next year.
Do you think he plays all 16 games if he stays healthy?
But he's not. He plays all 16 games. They give him the chance. They try to give him the keys to the offense. He loses the keys, fumbles them. They fall in the driveway. He's done.
Ooh, fall in the driveway through the grate?
Not through the grate, but just on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely earned the chance to play 16 football games next year.
Sure.
I mean, he came in and he went 4-1 in 5 games. So it looks like he's a quarterback that can win football games.
Are you booming or busting him?
I'm busting.
Let's go.
Just to be clear, I did not boom him.
Yeah. I was raising that narrative just to bring him back down. He's not gonna. He might win 4 football games all season next year.
Whoa. Let's not spoil our AFC West breakdown.
Yep. Sorry. I mean, that's being said without looking at the schedule. That it's a tough comparison to win 4 games out of 5 and then win 4 games out of 16. But Drew Lock bust.
I'm not going to say boom or bust. I really have
neutral.
I'm super neutral on Drew Lock, and I'm not going to do that for all these quarterbacks because that would be no fun. But him, I don't know.
Not a big enough sample size.
Yeah, exactly.
Reasonable.
Let's go to a guy. So we haven't seen a lot of this guy. As a matter of fact, we've seen none of this guy. Jarrett Stidham, New England Patriots. I think if they wanted to make a move at quarterback, they would have already. But with Bill Belichick in control, who knows? He could just be waiting to the last moment to sign somebody who he wants to start. But I think Jarrett Stidham is going to play this year, honestly. And I think he's a bust. But that's just like a shot in the dark because we haven't seen any. There is no sample size. It's just like, let's just give our best guess off nothing. So I'm just going to say he does okay. Not. He's a bust, yeah.
All right, so Jarrett Stidham, Rumor has it that the Patriots are doing this new testing where they're implanting chips, and Bill Belichick's just with a remote control just control the
Oh,
quarterbacks.
that makes sense.
And yeah, so I think that Jared Simpson would be the first robo quarterback that they have. I mean,
Nice.
obviously, the franchise can build quarterbacks. Tom Brady was a 7th round pick, and look at him. So, do I think that Bill Belichick can turn this nobody into a quarterback? Yes. Do I want Bill Belichick to do that as a Jets fan? No. So hopefully Jarrett Stidham's a bust in my book. But I mean, like you said, the dude, nobody knows anything about him. He's a mystery. And if he throws 40 touchdowns next year, I won't be surprised. If he throws 20 and 20 interceptions, I won't be surprised.
Boom, 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 boom. Jared Stidham booms this year. He has no weapons or anything, but he's got a mastermind behind him. And guess what? Their third string quarterback, the Colts somehow paid him like $27 million or something.
Is he talking
San
about
Fran-
Mr. Hoyer?
No,
Come
Brissett.
on. Just-
Brissett, Jacoby.
Yeah, I mean, look at Brissett and look at Jimmy G.
I thought you were talking
Jimmy
about
G's-
Brian Hoyer.
He's going to get paid. This guy
they got
is
two backups.
he's going to boom this year.
Yeah.
He's going to have a solid year. He, in college, he kept getting screwed around. He was going to go to Texas Tech. He saw Patrick Mahomes throw. He's like, not better than that guy. So moves around, goes to Baylor. They have a bunch of sexual soul cases. He's like, I don't want to play here. Goes to Auburn, does pretty well. This guy booms for 1 year, gets traded, gets overpaid, probably to the Jacksonville Jaguars because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Whoa,
there.
Sammy D.
Yeah. So, but he booms 1 year, and then we never talk about him again. Besides how he's another overpaid
Really?
quarterback in the NFL.
There we
So
go.
with me, I flipped a coin on him. I have no fucking clue. I really I have not seen. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nosebleed here. I have not. I know he played in the preseason last year, but I didn't watch that. I'm not watching the second quarter of a Pats fucking Bucks game. It's just I'm not watching it. So we'll see. I'm excited to see it though because I do think New England is still going to be a solid team. I know I said he was a bust, but I think he's going to be on a good team still somehow. So we'll see. I mean, we saw Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges take their teams to 7-8 wins or something. So
8, yeah.
yeah.
500 team.
All right. So we'll move. We'll stay in the AFC. We'll go down to Jacksonville, Florida. Gardner Minshew mania, baby. Took his jean shorts, got in an RV, drove west 100,000 miles to the whatever the fuck, probably somewhere over here in Arizona, California. So this guy last year, he threw 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, which is not bad. He had a few hundred rushing yards. I mean, no one expected this guy to do jack shit last year. He was the backup.
Nobody.
He was he came out of Washington State under Mike Leach's pass rate offense, whatever, blah blah blah. And they were a bad football team. It's not like they were it's not like he came in with all right, come on, you have people who can help you out. Obviously, he had Leonard Fournette. He had, I think, who was it that went down? Was it Chark that went down last year?
Yeah. DJ
Yeah.
Chalk went down.
And that was Nick
Couple wide
Foles'
receivers.
guy, right?
Yeah.
So I just think I think he holds on to the starting job through the year. I think he's going to be somewhat of a boom. I'm not going to make it a loud boom. I'm boom. You know what I mean? I think he holds on to the job. He's going to be there. He'll be there in the third year. He could have a lot more to prove. I think he bought himself this whole year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it's nothing against Gardner Minshew. He reminds me of one of Logson's favorite players, but he's a bust this year just because the Jags don't care about winning. So they're not going to set him up for success. Leonard Fournette's probably gone at some point in the year, and that's his check down guy. Offensive line is god-awful. DJ Chalk is good. 1 year, little hey. The rest of his wide receivers are pretty mediocre to average. He's
Bad
Case
football
Keenum.
team. Bad
Yeah,
football team.
he's a Case Keenum guy. He's pretty accurate, but he's never going to figure it out, and he's going to sell tickets and everything, move on with life. So unfortunately, busting Minshew Nation.
Yeah, Minshew Nation. I mean, he's exciting in the moment because of just the character that he is. So it's impressive when this dude just goes out there and looks like a clown and does throw
Wow.
21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like he's putting up good numbers, but like he just has a bad football team around him, and you can't be a boom if you don't have support. And the Jags don't care about him. So
it's a tough situation for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that team is. People do not want to play in Jacksonville right now. Their secondary, Boyu, Jalen Ramsey, like probably the best cornerback tandem in the league. Just they see you later. Yeah, so it's gonna be hard for him, but I think he does enough. I think they know their situation, and he does enough to keep the job going.
probably.
Really?
I mean,
Even with the quarterbacks coming out of class next year,
Yeah.
you think he sticks around?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have to look at their schedule, do our projections. If they end up
Right. We haven't got there yet.
yeah.
if they end up winning 2 or 3 games, because hey, it's a nosebleed perspective here, baby, and I depend on my rankings and division breakdowns to see what's going to happen in the future. So
Big facts.
big facts. All right, we'll go on to somebody who I think, as a whole, we think is a big bust. Dwayne Haskins, Washington Redskins. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he's blind. I mean, that's basically all I have to say about him. Like, he's just bad. Like, not only are the Redskins just a bad football team, but Dwayne Haskins is just a bad quarterback. Like, what did he start last year? I think he started 7 games or 9 games. 9 games. He started 9 games. He threw 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's just bad. Yeah, that's all I've got. Bust. Like, he should be the if the XFL comes back from this bankruptcy that they filed for, he might be a starter in the XFL. Redskins, I'm sorry, find a new quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about that in our NFC East breakdown. They're going to be in the hunt for Sunshine next year, or Justin Fields, but this dude's a bust. Like, maybe he comes out and proves us wrong. He throws for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but that's not going to happen. So,
It's like saying the Devils are going to win the cup.
Exactly. Not this year.
Maybe next year, buddy.
always next year. Okay, so we'll stay in this division. We'll go to Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones out of Duke University.
Was his offensive line bad last year? Yes. Was his wide receivers getting up there in age? Yes. Did Saquon maybe not play as well as he probably should have? Absolutely not. Is Danny Dimes a good quarterback? No. Bust.
Ooh.
Wow, hot take.
Ooh, just.
Nope. I think this dude's a boom. I like him. I love Danny Dimes. I think this dude's going to do good next year. So I don't think he's going to take that second year step. Like, obviously, a Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, obviously. I mean, come on. He's not in that class. But I think he does well, holds on to the job going into the third year. He's better than Baker Mayfield. Anyway, Cheech, what do you think?
You disgust me. Well, I mean, he's definitely better than Colt McCoy, the Giants' backup. So I think Danny Dimes is going to be a boom this year. I mean, he's got some weapons surrounding him. Saquon in the backfield, just in case. I mean, he's got like a little limp wrist thing. Like he can't. Danny Dimes can't throw that well, in my opinion. But he's got Saquon to give the ball to, and then they picked up Deion Lewis for the dump off. We've got Sterling Shepard, Golden Tate, and then Darius Slayton, which I'm sure we'll get to in the wide receiver realm of the second-year players. Darius Slayton, absolute beast in my opinion. Great route runner. I like him a lot. Evan Ingram at tight end.
Yeah,
I know I gave the
he's
Giants a
awesome.
hard time. Yeah. I gave the Giants a hard time during our NFC East breakdown, but I think Danny Dimes has the weapons surrounding him to be a decent quarterback this year. I'm seeing a 30 touchdown season for Danny Dimes.
Okay.
Even though the Giants aren't going to make the playoffs, but I'm seeing a 30 touchdown season.
Oh,
for him.
absolutely not. But
Yeah.
I mean, not even close. And you got to think, when he started at quarterback last year, he was, less than a year away removed from playing at Duke. in football.
Not good at football.
There's a reason he went to Duke.
Yeah.
I mean, when they drafted him, I think it was 7th overall. Everybody was like, "Holy shit, Dwayne Haskins! We need Dwayne Haskins." Blah 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 blah.
Booze.
Yeah. So I mean, is it fair for me to say that you would rather have Daniel Jones as opposed to Dwayne Haskins?
Yeah.
No, they're both.
Oh, come on! Like, pick one, Gibby.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm
Oh,
taking
Danny
Dan-
Dimes. Yeah.
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 There's not a
Just-
quarterback in the league that I don't pick over Dwayne Haskins, but
Case Keenum?
Yeah.
who's he?
All right, whatever. All right.